Heavy snowfall so far this winter has been a godsend for snowmobile enthusiasts. But unfortunately, experts say that poor decisions have led to a number of fatalities this season as well. As Delane Cleveland reports, the Minnesota DNR is now urging people to keep safety in mind.
Yeah, Shannon, I'm in Orono right now at the Loose Line Trail, which is one of the most popular snowmobiling spots in the West Metro. The DNR had a message to anyone who's planning to hop on a snowmobile this season. It's not often that there's this much snow on the ground in mid-January. While it's wreaked havoc on the roads,
people are eager to get their machines out and ride.
It's created perfect conditions for people who want to bring their snowmobiles onto the trails.
There's over 22,000 groomed trails in the state of Minnesota, along with the countless ditches and lakes that snowmobilers can enjoy.
But according to officials from the DNR, not everyone has enjoyed their snowmobiles responsibly this season.
So far, we're already at multiple fatalities for the year on snowmobiles and have reached last year's numbers, and we're already not even halfway through January.
Preliminary reports indicate that 6 people have died so far for reasons such as drinking and driving, not knowing the trail, and snowmobiling too fast.
50 miles per hour is the statewide speed limit. So we keep our speeds down, we ride together, and we don't drink and drive. Those are great ways to mitigate the risk of being involved in a crash, in worst case, a deadly incident involving snowmobiles.
With the long weekend ahead and moderate temperatures in the forecast, the DNR expects the trails to be busy in the coming days. Their hope is that snowmobile riders exercise caution so they don't end up being another statistic.
Stay on the trail, stay on the lakes, and stay on property that you have permission to be on, and we can avoid issues as a whole for snowmobilers.
In Orono, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Now to something never seen before in the world of Google searches. The keywords "food shelf near me" made the top 10 list of most searched phrases for the Twin Cities area. And it's why a donation Thursday in Brooklyn Park was so important. Prairie Farms Dairy donated 9,000 half-gallons of milk to Second Harvest Heartland in Brooklyn Park. The donation comes in at a critical time. Milk prices are up 30% over last year, and the demand at food shelves has grown significantly.
A lot of families are struggling. We're seeing the need at food shelves up 40% over last year. That is, making things really hard for the entire Hunger Relief Network. That's why this donation is so important.
We would have loved to have done it before Christmas, but there's a tremendous need for milk and nutrition, and this is just something that we're glad to do.
Weather had delayed the Prairie Farms donation until now. Prairie Farms ships milk to stores across the upper Midwest, with nearly all of its milk coming from Minnesota farmers. At the Minnesota State Capitol, a bill to restore voting rights to former inmates passed one House committee this week and is moving on to the next. Representative Cedric Frazier of New Hope is chief sponsor of the legislation. 21 states have laws similar to what this bill is proposing. Currently, Minnesota requires ex-felons to complete probation before they can vote. This bill provides voting rights once released from incarceration. An estimated 50,000 Minnesotans would be impacted by the possible change. A local firefighter is being recognized for his work in keeping the Plymouth Fire Department rolling. CCX News reporter Jason Malello has the story.
Firefighters have to respond quickly when a call comes in.
We have no room for error.
And to do that, they need vehicles that are functioning at a high level.
If a truck breaks down on the way to a call or at the scene, it could be lives on the line.
That's where Mark Elbin comes in. Elbin is the emergency vehicle technician for the Plymouth Fire Department.
It's good for me to be on the rigs as much as possible because I will notice stuff that other people might not necessarily pick up on, just that, I have a feel or an ear for it.
In addition to his firefighting duties, Elbin maintains and fixes all vehicles in the city's fire department fleet, and he's really good at it.
There's no part of an emergency vehicle Mark is not able to repair.
So good, in fact, that Elbin was a national finalist for the Emergency Vehicle Technician of the Year Award, presented by Firehouse Magazine and the Fire Department Safety Officers Association.
I know a lot of people that do what I do, and to see myself recognized to that level, I'm definitely humbled by it.
Elbin has been a truck mechanic for 25 years and with the Plymouth Fire Department for almost 6. He relishes the challenge of maintaining these complex vehicles that have to do a lot more than just go from A to B.
There's a saying, you've got 2 pedals and one of them has to be pushed to the floor at all times. So you're racing to a call, you're getting there as fast as you can. It's harder on brakes, you're stopping harder. You're going places that the trucks wouldn't typically necessarily go.
And officials say Elbin has taken Plymouth to places it hasn't gone before.
And because of his attitude, work ethic, and knowledge, Mark has taken us to the next level of being ready to respond to any given emergency.
But at the end of the day, Mark Elbin's goals are pretty simple.
These are my friends, these are people I work with, and their safety and the safety of the public is my main job.
In Plymouth, Jason Malillo, CCX News.
Armstrong High School students got an up-close and personal look at some of the fastest snowmobiles out there and the people who keep them running.
For the last 20 years, we've been one of the top teams in the world, and I've been able to make a living off doing what I truly love.
The Air Force Snowcross team stopped by an Armstrong class on Thursday afternoon. They talked to students about the mechanics of pro racing and what it's like to work together as a team. Teacher Luke Becker worked with some of these mechanics previously, and he worked to bring the team to the school as the class prepares for an engineering design competition.
We're building a car right now that goes 450 miles per gallon. We're going to take that down to Indianapolis, and so when we're doing something like that, I really want my students to see what a real team looks like and how they work together and the communication.
Students also get a chance to attend the Pro National event at Canterbury this weekend, where this team will be racing.